Quick history, equipping you with knowledge of the past. Revolutions are often recognized to have a profound impact upon society and the civilization. The Industrial Revolution did exactly that to Britain in particular, mostly due to a severe, sharp increase in population within the space of a century. This graph details the figures. In 1750, there were around 7 million people in Britain, but the 1850 census recorded just over 21 million, a mind-boggling threefold intensification in occupants. Furthermore, 50 years later, in 1900, the population had nearly doubled once again, displaying a visibly definite explosion in inhabitants of Britain. Though what was behind this abrupt upsurge in population, and how much of an impact did it partake on the society and the Industrial Revolution itself? Although there is a healthy quantity of factors to prove why the population enlarged in Britain during the Industrial Revolution, they can generally be categorized into two main factors: increased birth rates and declining death rates. Focusing upon birth rates solitarily, perhaps the core dramatic cause was simply the appreciation of early marriage during the time of 1750 and beyond, therefore allowing couples to have time in order to raise more children. In conjunction with this idea, many future parents were encouraged to create more young, as, after 1800, factories upon factories employed child workers. More children equals to more money. Additionally, after the introduction of gin tax in 1751, the previously inexpensive, and detrimentally negative to the fetus's health, beverage became less accessible to the general public, therefore eliminating a greater amount of stillbirths and, in due course, increasing successful birth rates. Another aspect that increased British population was all down to scarcer death rates and a growth in life expectancy. Principally, this was thanks to farming advances to produce bulk, allowing citizenry to relish a healthier diet of all vital proteins and vitamins needed for growth and the ability to combat diseases that potentially might have caused immense fatalities. Moreover, in 1796, at the climbing peak of the Industrial Revolution, Edward Jenner discovered the vaccination to the smallpox disease, which chanced to be one of the deadliest in Britain, ultimately reducing death rates. Throughout the Revolution, even after the doctor's death in January 1823, treatment persisted and steadily, at around 1900, smallpox had vanished. Thirdly, behind the figures of largely plummeting death rates and the ever-increasing life expectancy during the Revolution, was the enhanced sanitary standards, thanks to clean sweeps in cities, improving water quality, but also the readily obtainable soap, acting as a powerful germ killer, on the whole limiting disease spread and infection. Finally, better education requirements and standards allowed students to acquire knowledge upon health, diet, and self-care and cleaning, consequently allowing the younger generation to grow upon a health-obsessed environment and thrive to live life longer. Advancing on further, these well-educated pupils proceeded to become leading nurses and doctors, like Edward Jenner, assuring the health and life of many patients through developing anesthetics and antiseptics, and thus increasing the population as a whole. It's also notable to recognize the truth that cotton, emerging as Britain's most desirable cloth, plainly because it is undemanding to clean, partook in the overall declining trend of death rates. In conclusion, it's evident that declining death rates really changed the destiny of British population, when in comparison alongside increased birth rates, but it's vital in understanding that many sub-factors of the population increase, child labour, sanitary standards, etc., mainly interlink with the two main factors when impacting the society actively. Whether this be the high demands for certain products and goods that expanded the growth for the economy, or the requirement of adaptable technological improvements in science and agriculture, it's clear that great population increase brought the fundamental changes to British way of life. In hindsight, named the First Industrial Revolution. This begs the question, what was further impacted upon the explosion in population? Look out for the next installment of this series. Subscribe, sound that notification bell, share, and give this video a thumbs up. Quick history.